Joe is the first time, speaking of illegals, Joe is the first time call out of Canada. Hey, Joe, welcome to the show, sir.
Hello, Jesse. Thank you for taking my call.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you calling, Joe.
Listen, I told Daniel that I just wanted to give you a quick testimony of what happened to me yesterday. I'm a street preacher, born-again Christian in Montreal.
You a street preacher?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what happened?
Well, we hold a vigil, a pro-life vigil, at the corner, right downtown at the corner of two streets. And yesterday, about 4 or 5 of us got attacked by 10 Antifa kids with masks who came and ripped the cross that we were displaying. We have a 7-foot-tall wood cross that we carry with us with all sorts of signs for pro-life. And the 10 kids attacked us, assaulted us, injured one of our guys, ran away with our cross,
Wow.
and also poured a circle of salt, making a pentagram on the floor, a demonic symbol on the sidewalk, and then ran away to the close-by university. We then called the police and all that stuff. So I just wanted to testify to this and tell the people that they have to stand up.
Yeah.
They have to stop just staying at home, and they have to go out in the streets and show themselves as Christians, as good people, to try and offset this quickening that is happening. I think Satan is making his final push.
He is. He absolutely is, dude. That's a horrible story, man. I'm sorry that happened. So did the police come?
Yes, the police came. I'm a 50-year-old man, and I've been around. I've had a long life. I'm not going to bother you with that. But I was very disappointed that the young policeman who came and convinced the young kid that we had, his name was Augustin, and he got injured in his finger. He was bleeding. It wasn't a huge injury, but then the policeman sort of proceeded into more or less bullying him into not making a complaint. And then when I tried to step in and say, no, you have to make a complaint and get an event number, the policeman told me to not involve myself and be quiet.
Wow.
And then I told him that that's how communists operate. And then he said, I don't want to be political. And then we also had a person who filmed the event.
Yes.
So we might be having a video that I'm going to be sending to get a job and putting on my YouTube channel if I do receive it.
But send it to me, too, so I can play it here on the show.
Yes, I'll have to wait. It'll probably take a few days, and I don't know how much of the event was filmed or not because it was a passerby. I've been waiting now. I've been preaching the streets in Montreal for maybe 2 or 3 years, and I have never videotaped anything, but I think I'm going to be getting a GoPro now and try to film the event because every time I go out, Jesse, just walk 10 blocks from where I live, and there's homeless people everywhere. The kids are in the street. They're starving. The degeneracy is just taking over Montreal, just as it has most of the big cities in the United States.
Amazing. And did the Antifa group have weapons and stuff like that?
I think some of them had wood sticks and stuff. They didn't really come. It was premeditated. They were watching us from across the university. There's a university campus right next to where we preach. And by the way, we hold a 24 hours a day, every single day, 7 days a week vigil at the corner of St. Catherine's and Barrie. So if anybody's in Montreal, please come and say hello to us and try and come and support us in any way you can. And the kids, basically ripped the cross from the person that was holding it, who was a young kid who's just joined us recently, and his finger got lacerated in 2 places. It wasn't a huge injury, but he was bleeding. And then some of the girls were actually dressed in witch outfits.
Wow.
Literally like demonic stuff. And they poured the salt, like I told you, making a pentagram on the floor and all that stuff. And then they ran away to the university campus for shelter, which is their base of operation as communists and Antifa.
Well, I surely hope that you guys have a good footage of it and do whatever you need to do to get justice. Are you going back out there?
Oh, yes, sir. The zeal, I've been filled. Every time I preach, Jesse, I'm filled with the zeal of the Lord.
Yes.
And I don't need to eat. I don't need to drink. All I need is to share the word. And this event really has pumped me even more than ever. It's been a long winter here. It's very cold in Montreal. And I've been a bit, I wouldn't say being depressed, but I've been a bit, down and having to stay home and stuff like that. And now I'm just like the zeal has filled me even more. And later on that day, I walked to my grocery store, and as I was coming out, I had a cross in my neck that I wear outside of my jacket. and an old man pointed a finger at me and said, "Hey, you're not allowed to have this anymore. This is against the law."
Wow.
Because here in Montreal, they're removing all the crucifixes from all the churches, all the buildings. They're removing that stuff. And then I stepped up to him, and I asked him, "Are you crazy? Are you the one who's going to take the cross away from me? I follow Jesus Christ." And then I followed him for a bit, and he repeated, no, it's illegal. You're going to go to jail. You're not allowed to wear this."
Well, Joe, keep me. I'm stunned, but not so stunned, because that is happening in America as well, Joe. And they're trying to. They hate God, they hate Christ, they hate anyone who represent God, and they're trying to have all the crosses and everything removed. They don't want you to wear those things to school. They don't want Bibles in the school. They don't want prayer in the government when you first open up the government for a morning meeting. They don't want you to pray. They don't want anything, the national anthem, anything to have to do with God.
But the Lord is greater than all. Jesse.
Yes.
I've had a revelation that Jesus Christ will soon return, and he told me to be ready for him. And I told him, yes, I will be, and I will serve you. And my life belongs to God. I fear nothing but him.
Well, keep me informed, Joe. Keep us informed as to how this goes, all right?
Yes, sir. I appreciate you and all your crew, sir.
Yes, sir.
And I would like to tell everybody in the chat that they must be born again.
Yeah.
They have to look into this and stop sinning, leave it all behind, and go out in the real world and oppose Satan.
Thank you, Joe. I got to take a break. I appreciate it. Back in a moment. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the Jesse Lee Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.